Hey everybody, this is Mega Ginge for the Ginger Transform podcast. How you doing? This is my review of Transformers 1. Enjoy. It's going to be chocked with spoilers, so if you haven't seen the film by now, it's kind of on you. So, please go, because I'm going to be spoiling some stuff. Film starts, the Ryan Pax doing his nosy through the archives. We find out that Primus transformed into Cybertron. More than a few continuities there. There was a war with the Quintessons, and there were the 13 Primes, and then he gets chased out. He gets chased out. He doesn't transform. He has no T-Cog. A lot of them don't have T-Cogs in this, to be explained later. He goes back and he tells his friend, D16, Megatron and Embryo, basically, about all this. And Megatron, sorry, D16, is quite happy just to mine in the mines, just do what he's told. He's happy with all that kind of stuff. So they off they go down in the mines to mine. Something bad happens. Jazz gets kind of semi-crushed. Pax and D16 save his life. Elita 1, their supervisor, gets fired for this, so she's naturally pissed. And yeah, then you just can't see them being. It's almost like kids. I don't know. It's like them as get kind of more teenager kind of way. For example, D16, he's quite happy with the job he's got. Well, Pax is the one going out to explore more. After that, Pax and D16 want to. Well, D16 wants to watch the Icon 5000. It's a big race full of transforming Transformers, the ones that actually have T-Cogs. And Orion Pax wants to join in. Pax eventually relents because D16 just is completely against it. He's like, okay, fair enough, we won't do it. So he brings jetpacks with him. As soon as the race starts, out of these great seats that they have right at the front, they join the race, much to D16's chagrin. It's like, fun. What was the quote in the trailer as well? If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you. I accept those terms. Yeah. But yeah, they do quite well in the race. They nearly finish first. They don't, but they nearly finish second. But they don't. And all these other drivers fly by them. They do get to humiliate Darkwing. And, he kind of gets revenge on them by tossing them into the bowels of the planet for waste disposal. This is after they meet their hero, of course, Sentinel Prime, who's like, yeah, well, I loved what you did. Mining productivity's up. Use my personal repair bay to fix yourselves up, then head down the mines, do a little bit of walking, a little bit of talking, get them to basically be more productive. Yeah, it doesn't happen. Down like in basically the bowels of the planet, they meet B127, who at no point in this actually is called Bumblebee. I mean, Orion just becomes Optimus. D16 eventually becomes Megatron. Elita 1 is Elita 1 from the get-go as well. No Ariel, which is weird. Weird as a Generation 1er, but whole new thing. And they meet him, and he's got a couple of screws loose. It's like they realised they hadn't talked really in the past 7 live action movies, and put all the dialogue into this one for him. Oh sweet Christ, he just doesn't stop talking and talking and talking. But yeah, I digress. They end up coming across a distress call from Alpha Trion, one of the 13 original Primes, during a battle with the Quintessons where all the Primes perished. So the Orion Pax concocts a plan of, listen, we're going to find the Matrix, we're going to find all this, and we'll get back in the good graces with Sentinel. D16 is hooked. B just wants to get the hell out of there. They're all happy. How do they get out? Up the garbage chute. I don't know how many levels they crawl through crap to get to where the train to the surface is, but it should be noted at this point, Iacon is below the surface. The surface is out of bounds due to the old Quintesson War, apparently. So yeah, Elita 1, the new supervisor of waste management, as with the train, is waste management to go up to the surface and get rid of all the crap. She sees him and thinks this is my chance to get back into the good graces with the higher ups. So she's going to rat them all in. Unfortunately, she goes to walk to the train with them, and off it goes. By the time they're able to get a hold of her, they're already on the surface. And Elita is a bit violent, I mean, I'm not saying Elita, was an angel in anything else she's been in, but this one just tends to punching Orion Pax around for fun. Boyfriend girlfriend shit, innit? They aren't that in the film, but hopefully it'll go more canon if we get another film. We got to the surface. It's beautiful. It starts to it's weird. Just like the mountains just start kind of boom, 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 boom behind the train. B bolts up to the front of the train. They follow him, but this thing just kind of dun 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 bang off the train goes. It's not actually on rails or anything, so but by the time they come to again, the train's gone. At this point, Elite is actually interested in hearing what Orion Pax has to say because they're on the surface anyway. And when he explains that they could be finding the Matrix, she says the map is mine. Follow me. We'll go. After dodging Quintesson ships, I thought they were gone. After dodging them, they find what B describes as a cave with teeth. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to go in that motherfucker. But they go in and they find the corpses of all the primes. It's the kids' film. It's full of corpses. But they find Alpha Trion, who is alive, but he's in a kind of stasis lock, no energy. So B gives, it's like the energon in this is blue. It's weird. I'm used to being purple. So yeah, gives a blue cube of what I'm assuming is the energon, gives the Alpha Trion, and he comes back online. He explains to him that, yeah, by the way, everything you believe is a lie. Turns out Sentinel, with the deal with the Quintessons, led the 13 primes into an ambush and had them all slaughtered. D16 isn't too happy hearing this, but you know, Alpha Trion's like, listen, you don't believe me, look outside. And here we see Sentinel, Arachnid, and I think this is his elite guard, his Seeker guard kind of, all transform underneath a giant's understatement, huge Quintesson ship, but not the kind of one we're used to in Generation 1. Nor the Quintessons really, but we're used to in this, what we're used to in Generation 1. He basically kneels down to them, hands over shit tons of energon that they've just spent God knows how long mining. D16's getting angrier and angrier and angrier. But, you know, he's seeing the proof for himself. Arachnid sees him. She's got like 1,000 eyes, you know, all over her head. So she clocks the movement, but can't do anything about it now because they are basically being bitches for the Quintessons. They might get a turn with them, they'll be shot, you know? So Pax and D and the others go back in like, what the hell? What the hell was this? He's like, yeah, he killed his arm, betrayed this whole Cybertron just to have power and claim the Matrix leadership. But he doesn't have it. It disappeared because he wasn't worthy. But I'm just going to say at this point, they get cogs from Alpha Trion and it kind of upgrades them, and now they have the ability to transform. They don't really know how to use it. For when Arachnid and some of the guards show up, Alpha Trion tells them, Bolt, get the hell out of here. You know, I'll hold them off. And he gets captured and summarily killed by Sentinel. Yeah. He tries to make a big speech to him. Sentinel's what I said, I don't like big speeches. And off he goes. And he's like, listen, I say that. Did I not just say it? I hate big speeches. Why was he doing that? At this point, they're on the run from Sentinel's guard, trying to transform and finding their way kind of clumsily the ability to transform. You know, the kind of whole Optimus Prime. I'm doing it. Where's my head? They could get away from them, only to be captured by the old Honor Guard, led by Starscream with his minions, Soundwave and Shockwave. Starscream's in charge, so we know this doesn't go anywhere good. He basically starts taunting them, and if you work for the Primes, you're not a friend of ours. We saw everything. We saw the betrayal, then we left. F yous. And D16, he don't take shit from Starscream in any continuity. He just gets up and starts leathering the hell out of him. I mean, it gets a bit weird though, because at one point he's choking him and kind of crushing his vocalizers, but Starscream's basically sitting going, yeah, do it to me, yeah. And I'm sitting going, okay, there's corpses, and now there's some sort of weird sexual innuendo shit. And, you know, my 9-year-old is sitting right next to me watching this. It's a kid's film. But that's kind of interrupted when Arachnid and the Elite Guard turn up and capture half of the Honor Guard and take D16 and B127 with them, leaving the rest of the Guard, including Shockwave and Soundwave, and Orion Pax and Later One, kind of dazed, confused, and all the evidence that Alpha Trion had given them about Sentinel's activities has now been destroyed. So Orion Pax basically says, we've got to team up, we've got to go down, we've got to stop them, we've got to rescue all of our friends. Shockwave's like, we ain't following you. And Alita, who already had bitch slapped him a couple of times at this point, he went, we'll follow you. Yeah, as Shockwave's very emotional, or at least sounds very emotional in this. I'm not used to that either. Obviously in Generation 1 he was very logical, calm, collected, you know. But yeah, basically they realise they're outnumbered though. So Alita takes the Honor Guard and starts hotwiring the train to head back down to where they need to go, with like off of the rails kind of thing, even though there are no rails. Orion Pax makes a trip down to the mines, where we see many bots, some of whom are recognisable, even they all look quite basic, but some of them are still recognisable, you know. RC, for example, as soon as you see pink bot with a head like that, you know that's RC. Which had my kid over the moon because she just refers to her as Pink. She likes her, she's Pink. And Orion Pax goes down and he's sitting going, listen, you won't believe what I'm about to say, but I'm going to tell you anyway. He tells them all the truth. And you know they believe him. You know they believe him because the size of them, they're all about this height. He was that height as well. But then he got the T-Cog and he can die, you know? So they all believe this, at the very least, some shits went down somewhere, you know? So basically, it skips over to Sentinel. He's degrading the prisoners, saying, "Use are the traitors to Cybertron, use are the assholes. I'm brilliant. No one will believe anything you say about me. I'm good." La la la. And he spots the Megatronus Prime sticker, which is basically the Decepticon logo on D16. And D16 is giving him snash, so he just like kicks him down and like fucking starts torturing him and like welding this into his chest. And once again going, no, you ain't watching that shit. And he kind of scrapes a makeshift Decepticon logo onto his chest. Kind of is just enraging D16 further, who's, ever since he found out about Sentinel, has been very slowly on the path to becoming who he's supposed to be. Anyway, Arachnid spots there's an out of control choo choo coming towards him. I'm going to call it Space Choo Choo, right? Because it's not on rails, it's basically a hover choo choo and it's flying straight towards him. So obviously, all the guard go out to intercept this. What's last of the Honor Guard fight, Sentinel's Guard, most of them are jets and seekers and that. You see a few faces, we'll get to that. And they all transform, but they realise they're outnumbered. And Shockwave and Soundwave are like, yeah, we need to go. We're outnumbered, we're outgunned. And like you're sitting going, yeah, Pax will be here. I'm sure he'll be here. And yeah, he turns up with a shit ton of angry miners all with jetpacks. And they all is a massive like battle royale, you know. That's been just really fucking good, basically, right? Because people are getting blown up left, right, and center. That was great, my kind of film. But during the fight, Bumblebee finds he's got a face mask. Sorry, B127. They say don't call him Bumblebee in this. And he's got knife hands. And he's so happy about it. He just starts cutting them shit out of everything, including a door and a lot of consoles that didn't need to be done when they were trying to upload the video of Sentinel being a dick. Because let's face it, he's already confessed to everything, thinking he was going to execute all these people. Ryan put the video out there, and all the Cybertronians are suddenly going, "Lion bass, you kill it, yeah!" And you know they're all turning on Sentinel, and he's just sitting there going, "Oh fuck, oh no!" And D16 tackles him from behind. They go flying down onto this. I think it's like a podium. D16, he's going to kill him. He's like fly and kill him. Pax gets in the way, tells him the new Cybertron they're working for can't start with executions. He's like, "You better move. I'm gonna make you move." Orion gets in the way again. He punches him, kicks him, knocks him out of the way, arms up the lovely big cannon we're all used to, and fires. And Pax gets in the way, saving momentarily Sentinel from death and going flying over the side of this podium. D16 runs, grabs him, saves him, and you can just see the change right here. You can just see the change. He's holding him. He's like, "Why would you do that? Why?" But it is as close to the Transformers hyperventilating as you're going to see. But he's saying, "Nope, no, oh, I'm done saving you." And he lets him go. He drops him. And this point he's came up, his eyes are now just completely red. That's it. D16 we know is gone. And he turns around. And it gets a bit kind of weird here because it shows you D16 knocking the hell out of Sentinel's guard who have turned up to try to save Sentinel, and also Pax's body falling into the core of the planet. D16 knows lots of wrestling moves, starts leathering the hell out of the elite guard. Pax gets shot with a beam of light from the center of the planet, which drags him further down. Megatron grabs Sentinel, and a bit where I actually did have to go, no, rips him in half, just picks him up, and there you go. You want a piece of me? No, I want two. I just quoted Bayverse. Oh, I feel sick. Does that. At this point, he's taking the cog out. He's like Megatron's Prime's cog from Sentinel. He's like, "I am Megatron." While this is happening, Pax has been taken down to the center of the planet, which there's a massive sun in the center of the planet. I'm just going to assume that's Primus's spark. And you hear Alpha Trion, who yes is dead, so it's like all ghosts basically saying, "All your sacrifice is it's made you worthy in the eyes of Primus. You're going to hold the Matrix leadership." And inserts in his chest, and it rebuilds a bit sort of blown off by D16. Basically, that's it. You hear Alpha Trion going, "Arise, Optimus Prime." The eyes open, he just shoots up like a fucking bullet. At this point, Megatron's is now Megatron, is telling everyone just burn everything down, burn it all down, let's fucking go. And starts destroying stuff. Alita and B say they have to stop him, so they jump in. They get walloped something stupid because he's Megatron with the power of Megatron. It's Prime in him now, so there's no stopping him. But just when it looks like B's about to get pile drived into death, Optimus hears the podium and he just goes right through the podium. Down goes Alita and Bumblebee one side, some others go to that side, Megatron goes spinning, and Optimus Prime lands. Hero landing, and they're all kind of like, "Oh, what the fuck? What the?" Doesn't happen for Megatron for very long. He's like, Primus gave you the Matrix. Okay, fine, I'll kill you. And then him and Optimus Prime just knock, live, and shout at each other for practically the remainder of the movie till Prime beats him. And this is with Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave all jumping into the fight at some point to try to help Megatron. They still all get beat, especially when Optimus Prime just kind of like suddenly realizes, oh cool, my hand's an axe, and just starts swinging it about. He's having fun. And so basically, he just kind of grabs Megatron's one of his turrets, bends it, gets the axe with the other hand, and Megatron, he's not dead. It's just his weapon's been cleaved in half. I'd have went for the head. Call it Thanos advice. I'd have went for the head. And he basically says, "You betrayed the citizens. You betrayed the Icon. You betrayed me. You're banished. Get out." And just for a second, D16 can kind of be seen because his eyes go from red to kind of back to orangey yellow, back to red. He's like, "This isn't over, Prime." And he goes, and he's like, "High guard to me," and like anyone who's going to be a Decepticon eventually leaves with him. Pax has a wee flashback to Prime has a wee flashback to when he was still Pax and D16, just first meeting. One's got his back, he's got his back, fist bump. And he sees him leave. He basically says to Alita, "You need to stick around now. I'll make you a major." She's like, "No, I'm a commander." He's like, "Cool. B, you stick with us as well. You can't go back to where you were. I need you here." "Cool. It's always what I always wanted. A government job." "I've worked in government jobs." "Yeah, I don't want a government fucking job." But after that, you get the Matrix comes out, and there's the Energon comes back. Yeah, and this for some reason, Matrix means Energon. No Matrix means no Energon. I don't know how that works. And all these transformation cogs come flying out from behind Optimus, Alita, and B, and insert into all these other miners and all like bots and cons everywhere, showing us who they really are. But I'll get to that with basically the G1 goodness part of this after I finish, which will be round about now, because that's pretty much the end of the movie. Optimus Prime's on the surface. "A warning to all Quintessons, you come after us and we'll kick your ass, blah blah blah. We are Autobots, says Icon. I am Optimus Prime." The kind of Optimus Prime speech we get used to throughout all the Bayverse movies, except this one kind of gets you pumped. Mid-credit scene, B, I'm going to keep calling him Bumblebee, goes and tells his friends inanimate objects because he was like going doolally that he's got promotion to the government. Knife hands come out. He stabs them both through their eyes and he goes, "Ah!" End credit scene. You've got all the Decepticons, High Guard getting the Decepticon brand wherever they get it, chest, arms, or wings, and you see Starscream, Shockwave, and Soundwave with Megatron telling them to say, "Here, Decepticons, rise up. Rise up," and they'll start shooting into the air. But that's it ends there, For G1 goodness, there is a lot of G1 goodness. There's a lot of just little Easter eggs in general. Like one refers to Orion Pax and D16 as GoBots. She meant it very much as an insult. Primus transforming into Cybertron. That was never in the G1 cartoon, but it was insinuated in the comics, the Marvel US comics, but we never saw him transform into it. It was obviously in the Transformers Cybertron TV series, because he actually seen him transform back into Primus to fight like a massive Starscream. So you've got some Transformers G1 lore in there. Many of them you recognise, especially when they get the T-Cogs at the end. Ironhide, Brawn, Jazz, Alita, Sideswipe, I'm pretty sure Red Alert was in there somewhere. And it's like, yay, they're basically building up the characters for the next film. Here's my problem with it. I don't think there's going to be a next film. And I say that with a heavy heart, because I enjoyed it. A lot of people have been giving it hate. I don't understand the hate, but it didn't perform well at the cinema. It basically made double what it took to make it, but it only took 75 million to make. And people have already been shouting, "Oh, we need to stick with the live movies. They bring in billions, blah blah blah." I mean, it doesn't matter that the scripts are shit. They do. They bring in the money, and that's what Paramount's going to look at. So as much as I would love a sequel to this film, I don't see it happening because you've got all these big names: Keegan Michael Kay, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Lawrence Fishburne, Steve Buscemi. How they paying them? You know, they can't even say it wasn't well promoted. Hemsworth promoted 11 shouted at himself anywhere they went. You know, and so did Scarlett Johansson. I'm not sure if anyone else did, but there was lots of there was trailers, there was posters, there was stuff on buses and bus stops. I take buses, so there was lots of promotion for it. There was lots of marketing. In this day and age, it comes down to money, and it didn't make a lot. You wouldn't expect them to make a sequel. For example, there's a billion things that Disney want to do with Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool now, but yeah, that's because that was raking in the cash hand over fist. But when you look at this film, it wasn't. You know, I mean, I went to see it. It was my daughter, my parents, but there was maybe about five more people in the cinema. When I went to Deadpool, I saw Deadpool three times, and it was packed every time. There was no space every time, which I personally hated because I love having my own space in the cinema. So that's what it saddens me. And if I had to give it a review out of 10, I would say 7. And it's a 7 because of that, because there's no way. If they make another movie, I'm assuming it'll be straight to TVD, straight to streaming. Or they'll probably not have as many big voices again, if I'm completely honest. Which is heartbreaking because there's a lot of potential, you know. I don't even think they would even risk a TV series at this point unless there was genuine interest in the numbers, the money. It doesn't show interest, you know. I liked it. Like I said, I personally liked it, and I'm a G1 fan. And there's plenty in there to keep a G1 fan jumping on your seat every 2 minutes less because I was doing that, you know. This giant happy bearded person jumping about like a Wayne. I can only tell you what I personally believe. I don't think, as much as I wanted to get a sequel, I don't think it will. I don't think if it does happen, there will have any big names in it to do the voices. And it's very possible they might just decide, listen, we're just going to go straight on to doing maybe a cartoon series. Maybe. See if that does it, you know? But hey, we'll see. I could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. So next video I'll be doing, I've actually, I've came out of the nerd closet to a lot of people lately, like for example in work and to other family members and stuff. So questions have been put have been put to me. So next one is basically going to be like a Q&A. I'm going to write down all the questions they've been asking me, and I'm going to answer a few of them on here. Just give you a little bit more insight to, well, me, the person that's ranted at you now for, I don't know, like 20, 30 videos. I can't remember. I'm 40 now. Transformers was September, I was October, so we're on par with age. So a little rusty. Anyway, I will see you next time for that video, and I'll see you next time.